What's up, everybody? So in this episode of Grow With Me, Sawyer P, we're going to talk about why you should never, ever join a gang. There are a few exceptions to that, but still, you still shouldn't if you can avoid it. So tune in. Alright, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in with me. It's a beautiful day out here in Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. And I wanted to get another video up. And like I spoke on, it's going to be about why you should never join a gang. Before I get into that, I just got to do my quick spiel really fast. If you're new here to my channel, and you like all things related to prison content, true crime, anything of that nature, prison reform, addiction recovery, things of that nature, I think you would enjoy this channel a lot. I dive deep into a lot of different topics, stories of my personal experience with doing time. I got about 4 years in altogether in New York State Department of Corrections. And I did a little bit of time in county time in Kentucky. And yeah, so, you know, I have been around a little bit and seen some things, you know, 34 years old. But anyways, I just got to say my quick spiel. If you're new here, please take the time. If you enjoy this type of content, please take the time to like, subscribe, click the notification bell for updates on new content. Leave a comment. Share with friends. I have my socials in the description, my social media stuff like TikTok and Instagram. And if you're feeling generous, I have Cashapp and Venmo there. I do not ask for handouts by any means, but if it's something you would like to do, you are more than welcome to drop a few bucks in there, you know, as a way of showing appreciation. But I do not expect or ask that of anybody by any means if they don't want to. So I just hope that you take something away from this video, find value or entertainment value in it or education in it, and that's good enough for me. But like I said, I just put it there because some people like to show appreciation, so it's there. But also, let's see, so like by you doing those things, the algorithm picks up on my content whenever you comment, like, subscribe. When people engage with my video, there's an algorithm within YouTube. It kind of detects activity going on in YouTube, in their software, and it suggests the video to other people so that they can see it, you know, and you get more views, you know. So as an aspiring content creator, that's very important to me. I want to get this in front of as many eyeballs as humanly possible. So that's how you could help me a lot if you enjoy this content. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. And I had the day off today, so I was like, I gotta make a video. I gotta get one up. So alright, so let's just dive right on in. So in my experience, you know, I've been around, I've done, you know, time in county, done time in state prison in New York. I know a decent bit about the prison system here in Alabama. I know people that have served time here. I spent like a day, you know, a very brief period of time in jail down here as well, like a month, you know. But anyways, that was a while back. But anyways, like any prison system you go to, especially as you enter prison, but also in county, you're going to find gang members. And this is no disrespect to any particular gang, or if you are in a gang. I do not. It's no hate. I understand why people join them. I get it. Sorry, there's flies out here. They're flying around. I live next to a cow pasture, so if you see a fly or something, I promise I don't smell bad. It's the cows over here. But anyway, sorry. But this is, like I said, no disrespect to any gang or you know, any cause of that nature. You know, some of them are more like they have a cause behind them, you know, and it's deeper than just like organized crime, you know. But so let's first talk about the reasons why people join gangs. There's a big truck going by. Sorry about this. You know, next to like a big road here. I'm on my front porch, or my front stoop, under my carport. But anyways, the reason why people join gangs, some people join gangs out in the free world. Places like Chicago, LA, New York City, Atlanta, Detroit, Dallas, some of these huge cities, there's and even not even, in some smaller towns and small cities, there's very dangerous neighborhoods. Neighborhoods where you don't want to be caught lacking, as they say. You don't want to be caught without a weapon or protecting yourself. Usually that weapon is a pistol, some type of firearm. There's no saying that, they'd rather be caught with it than without it, and what they mean by that is they'd rather be caught by the police carrying a pistol and do time on it than being caught without it. If an enemy rolls up on them, pulls out on them, they're strapped so they can defend themselves, so it's jail or death. And a lot of people view jail as a better possibility than dying, so it's that serious. It's that serious. It's that dangerous. It's sad that it has to be like that, and if people have the circumstances and they live in those neighborhoods, sometimes money is an issue. A lot of time it all has to do with money. People live where they can afford to live, so sometimes it's in areas that aren't the best, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate that it's like that. But those people that join those gangs in the free world, sometimes you'll hear about young kids, they walk to school, and they have to walk to school. Their mom works early in the morning or whatever, so they can't. A lot of times these are kids with a single mother, no dad, no father figure to kind of guide them and give them direction and give them advice in life. I grew up with my father. He was out of my life at 10, so I kind of sort of fall into that category to some degree. Was for the most part raised by a single mom through from 10 years old and up. But and then my father passed away when I was 18. But anyways, a lot of those kids, they don't have that guidance from a father, the protection, the discipline and so forth. So they kind of run wild. The mom is more of the nurturing, loving one. The father's usually the discipliner, the provider, the protector. They kind of teach you how to be a man or how to be a good young lady, a good woman, but without that, it's easy to drift off. Without that discipline, that instruction, that guidance, that advice, it's easy to drift off. And the example I was going to use, say your mom works early in the morning, so she can't drive you to school, or the bus doesn't pass by your house, or say you only live a few blocks from the school, so it makes the most sense to just walk to school. But on your way to and from school, walking there and back, you have to go through a rough neighborhood where they sell dope wide open, where there's gang members on the street corners walking up and down the street, involved in drug and crime activity, or just sometimes they're kids your age that are bullies. They just like to they get a kick out of bullying, hurting people, stealing from people, robbing. It's just their thing. Which isn't good. It's not right. But there's people like that. It's just how it is, unfortunately. But a lot of these people, they're forced to walk through those areas, and a lot of the time they have things bad happen to them. They get jumped, they get robbed, they get their shoes taken, they get slapped around, disrespected, picked on. Some of these people, they might try to find every different way, find ways to go around or that neighborhood and walk to school, even if it takes longer or whatever, and a lot of these people end up, strapping themselves and carrying a dang gun to school because they're scared, They're scared to walk to school because of what's they're going to run into on the way there, And ultimately, a lot of these people, they don't want to join a gang. They don't want to be involved in that lifestyle, but they know if they have backing from a group, especially a group that has respect and intimidates others and can put fear in others, if those people they keep running into messes with that person walking to school, there's going to be a price to pay. There's going to be a price. They'll go shoot up the neighborhood. They'll go fight them. They get their boys together and go handle business. So it can turn into a big ordeal. And it's unfortunate that people have to seek out gangs in order to feel safe. But that's a big reason why gangs began in the first place, is to have strength in numbers. It's easy for a group of people to pick on one person, but it's hard to fight a group of strong people. Or dangerous people. And fear. People respect fear. It's not really a good thing, but if you can intimidate, sometimes people don't respect words or being diplomatic or being compromising and stuff like that. Some people only respect fear and violence. I have learned over the years, and it's not good. It's not good at all. I think we should all try to respect people. You don't have to like someone. You can hate their guts deep down, but you can still respect them. I try not to hate people either. There are people I don't like and I stay away from, but when I see them, I do try to give them respect, and not be disrespectful to them or whatever. But I keep it very short, sweet, or just keep it moving. I might greet them, but I don't go out of my way to disrespect people. It's just not who I am. I have done that when I feel like I was being targeted before, like disrespect or fought with people and stuff, but I try to never initiate trouble if I can avoid, I try not to ever initiate it. So anyways, there are exceptions to that. Like if someone's messing with a friend of mine, like I will stand up for them or whatever. Like that's kind of who I am, the type of person I am. But like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm just being honest. It's like the type of person I am. But like, so, okay. These people, they join gangs because they feel they need to feel safe, And some people too, I didn't mention this as well. Some people, their family life wasn't good at home. The relationship with their mother, father, brother, sisters is bad, and maybe they were neglected, maybe they were overlooked and treated poorly by the family. So, in order to feel like part of something, they join a gang. It makes them feel like a brother. It makes them feel like part of a cause, something important. It makes them feel valued, appreciated, and that they have something to offer. We all have that need inside of us to want to be cared about, feel like we're important or part of something. That's an internal need, desire that all humans, I think, have. And some people join it for that reason too. So a lot of it's protection. Sometimes it's to feel like part of something, to be part of something big. And some people, they go hard for the gang, they fight, shoot, whatever, and by any means get money for the gang. They're all about that life. They're all about that life, and that level of commitment's great. If they could find that level of commitment and apply it to a different, like a more positive cause, I think that's, if you can commit that heavily to a gang, imagine what you could commit doing, applying that level of commitment to like a job, or say you played sports, or you worked out, or you wanted to start a business or a nonprofit organization. If you have that level of drive and commitment for your gang, imagine if you put that level of drive and commitment to something good, So like, it's kind of crazy if you think about it, if you can rechannel that energy into a better place, like you can accomplish insane stuff, So, so I'll get in now, after I feel like I've kind of covered why a lot of people join a gang. I think those are the two key reasons, feeling like they're part of something, and, a lot of time protection, or, to ward off threats and violence, to feel safe, to summarize it in a few words, like that's kind of what it's about. But so I think it's a bad idea to join a gang. Okay, so I'm gonna focus more on prison, because this is more of a prison genre YouTube channel. To when you get in there, like I'll use myself for an example. I'm white. I don't mean to be racist. I'm not a racist person, but I'm just calling it how it is. This is how the world is. This is how prison is. I'm white. White people are the minority in there. They're probably usually, at least in a lot of states. The states I've been to, they're the minority. There are some areas where it's mostly white people, When I was in Kentucky, I take it back. It was mostly white in there. There was only a few blacks and like hardly any Hispanics, Like very few Hispanics and a few blacks sprinkled throughout, black people. But I'd say it was probably at least 75% white, maybe 80%. But anyways, when I came into the system, I realized quickly there wasn't many white people that grew up a similar way as me. If they were white, a lot of them grew up in the hood themselves. They didn't come from the suburbs. You're starting to see more white people from the suburbs come in because of the opioid epidemic and because of drugs. A lot of people that, I didn't come from like a wealthy family, more like a working class family, like probably low middle class, I would say, like lower middle class. But, that's the type of family I came from. But, we didn't have a lot of money, but we made it. You know what I mean? We made it. We ate. We got to get some of the things we liked here and then, but we did struggle some at times. There were some good times too with money, but some bad, not so good ones at times too. But anyways, so when I came in there, I realized that there wasn't a lot of white folks, and a lot of people automatically gravitate to their race, and I'm not really like that. I just, if you're good people, I'll mess with you. I don't care what color you are. If you're genuine, authentic, and real, and like an honest person, like I'll associate, those are the kind of people I want to associate with, Like I get no one's perfect or whatever, but just people that try to be good people. They try, they put that effort forth and try to be authentic and genuine. But so when I went in there, I noticed that, and I kind of, I know I've talked about this in the past stories, but I kind of was a target at times. People had tried, friendly extorting me, intimidating me to get me to, give up commissary, or just try to be more dominant over me or whatever in different ways, because I was small, I didn't know how to fight, I didn't understand how jail worked, I was very green and naive, and I had to learn quick. Took a little time, but I had to learn, and I did learn, how it operated. And so someone like me, for instance, might feel the need to join a gang. There are some white gangs in different systems. Here in the South, there's like Southern Brotherhood, an Alabama version of Aryan Brotherhood. They have their own set. I know it's not called a set, chapter, I think it's called. There's a few other gangs too. Those are two of the bigger ones. But there's also tons of black and Hispanic gangs too. But in New York, I think Rat Hunters was one of the big white boy gangs. I don't think there's many. I think there was one called Bulldogs or something like that. And I think they're more in the max security prisons. But there weren't many white gangs. But anyways, someone like me, for instance, might feel that need to join a gang. But whenever you join a gang, it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. I don't really want to say any particular gangs specifically, or how their protocol works, but you can use your imagination. There are certain, any gang's going to have certain rules, expectations, a code of conduct, a way that you are supposed to abide by. If you want to be a part of this gang, you have to follow these rules. You have to fall in line. There's usually a shot caller or maybe a few shot callers that oversee everything, or a big homie that oversee everybody, and they make a lot of the big decisions, and what they say goes. Some people can try to talk to them and give their input and see, to sway their opinion, but ultimately what they say is what's done. And sometimes there is a power struggle where a big homie or the shot caller might get overthrown or whatever if they're making bad decisions. You might get stabbed or beat up or jumped or whatever and removed. But anyways, if I joined a gang, I would have no choice but to fall into those rules. They might be ones I don't like. Let's see, say you have to wear certain colors. When you wear certain colors, it makes you a target. It makes you stand out. Say the color is green. Let's just use that as an example. This is just for the sake of an example. Say the gang's color is green. I'm not sure which color. I'm sure there are some gangs that use the color green. But anyways, they use the color green. I'd be expected to wear that. Or if it was yellow, I'd be expected to rock that, or maybe even have a flag, a bandana you wear in your pocket, or whatever. and it makes you a target with the police. It kind of makes you hot. It draws attention to yourself, negative attention. Also, so that's going to make you a target with law enforcement. It's going to make you an easy something they can easily set their eyes on and focus in on, because you're making yourself stand out. Sometimes you got to get tattoos. I personally, as you can see, I have 0 tattoos on my body. I don't like tattoos. I don't like them at all. Personally, there's no hate on them. I just personally, if I want to look at this is me, and please don't take this wrong, because it's nothing against people that have them. To me, if there's something like meaningful or some type of art, I can just look at a picture of it and appreciate it. Like, I don't need it on my skin, And I think some people do get tatted up to they think it makes them look intimidating and give off that tough guy vibe. And I've never really been one to be like that. I think, you shouldn't have to get tattoos to show that you'll stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that's just something that's in you. Like, I don't need a tat to say I'm tough or whatever, To me, that's, superficial and fake. But, some gangs do it, though, to say they're part of something. You know what I mean? It's not for that reason. It's to say, hey, I'm part of this group. I'm part of this organization. Look, boom. And it's an outward display to show they're part of that group. It tells others immediately, hey, I'm with this group. So you might have to get tattoos. The shot caller, they can make calls that you don't like. They might say, hey, we're going to the mess hall. I need you to carry this note. And in that note, there's sensitive information about a hit that's going to be done on someone, or someone's going to get beat up or cut or stabbed. You get caught with that, you could get conspiracy charges. You're going to go to the box. You're going to lose all your privileges. You might get outside charges and get a whole new sentence if they can prove that, you were conspiring to harm someone or bring in drugs or whatever the case may be. The shot caller themselves might order you to do a hit on somebody. It could be just beating them up. It could be jumping them, cutting them, or stabbing them. It varies, on what they want done. But if you don't do it, it's going to happen to you. You have no choice. And you will get rank as you put in work. You know what I mean? You will get rank within the gang for doing these things, But is it worth it? We all want to go home. Most people in there's some people that are institutionalized that don't want to go home, that if that's all they know, and they don't know how to operate out here in the free world, so they just keep catching charges and going back, or they catch charges in there so they don't get released, It's just kind of sad, It's really sad, but there are people like that. But most people want to go home. They want to be with a woman again someday, or, they want to have a family. They want to have money and a job again someday. They want all these things, Sorry, there's a vehicle passing by my house. Okay. Yeah, they want to have a normal life again someday, or strive to have that. We all want that, Who doesn't want to have a woman and a family and money and a house and stability, We all crave that internally inside of us. It's a very deep-seated desire, And by doing these hits, putting in these works, by carrying drugs, carrying weapons, you're putting yourself in a situation where you might not ever go home, or that it's gonna be a very long time before you go home. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't take that chance. I keep wondering why people are slowing down in front of my house. There's someone dropped a huge box in the road, and people keep slowing down and driving around it. I keep thinking they're going to pull in my driveway. Sorry, guys. But, okay, a lady just kicked it out of the road. That was cool of her to do that. But anyways, so that's another big reason. Another big reason, too, is I like being independent. I like making my own decisions, calling my own shots. I wake up when I want to wake up, work out when I want to work out, play sports when I want to play sports, talk to whoever I want to talk to. Whatever, And a lot of the times you're in a game, you can't do that. You're not free to do whatever you want. Like I said, being in that game does come with the perks of protection, and a lot of them, there's the ways they make money. You can make a lot of money. You can have influence, status, power, but it comes at a big price, And I would prefer to kind of be low key low key, stay off the radar, do my time calmly, smoothly, work out, get into a routine, and come home, you know, then get involved in all that and potentially lose my life, lose my freedom, you know, you can lose so much, you know, your family might stop fooling with you because they think you're never ever going to change. Your kids might stop fooling with you because they see that you're never going to change. So, I mean, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Be independent. Like I said, I feel for those people that grew up in those bad areas and didn't have a choice. Some people have no choice. And I understand, you know, I guess I understand it sucks and it is what it is, but if you can avoid it, you can get by without doing it, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, it's not worth it. Be your own man. Build yourself up. Get in shape. You know, if you feel the need to protect yourself out here in the streets, carry a legal weapon. You know, something that's legal, you know. But the best thing to do is stay out of places where you don't need a gun. You know, if you need a gun to be in a certain area, you shouldn't be there. If I feel the only way I'll be safe if I enter this neighborhood is if I carry a gun, why would I go to that neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people don't have a choice, but if you do have a choice, then stay the heck away from that area. You know what I mean? It's common sense. It's common sense, you know? Stop going places where you feel you need a gun or a big knife or whatever, you know? You know, so like I said, I know some people live in those areas and they don't have a choice, but if you do, don't, you know? It's terrible. It's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. So, you know, respect to those people that have reformed their lives and changed, you know. Like I said, I have no hate against people in gangs. I have nothing against these people, and I understand why some people do it. But, you know, those people that have been through a lot and seen and done a lot, I've seen plenty of gang violence when I was locked up. I've seen cuttings, stabbings, people get jumped, beat up, you know, all kinds of stuff. You know, people cut across the face with razors. I mean, it's just not worth it, you know. Be independent, be your own man, build yourself up, get strong, get in the gym, you know, get your weight up, not your hate up, and, you know, show love to your fellow man. The best thing you can do is treat people the way you want to be treated, and you'll avoid a lot of drama. You'll avoid a lot of conflict and negativity and fighting and violence, and you can have a good life, you know. So, you know, I guess I feel like I've kind of covered the subject fairly well. If you have any questions or want to leave any comments, like I said, you know, no hate or anything. I'm not trying to shame anybody or anything. I understand why some people do it, but the things to think about, you know. The things to think about, and if you got a young one, you know, that's kind of like playing with fire and considering joining a gang, and, you know, they're better, you know, they don't have the you know, they know better than to do that, you know, show them this video, maybe talk to them, you know. But anyways, you know, I've had opportunities to be a part of gangs, and I've turned it down because I don't want what comes with it, you know. So just bear all that in mind, and, you know, keep grinding, keep trying to improve and level up in your life. Have good people in your life, people that have similar goals and values as you. And, you know, just know I really appreciate you guys for watching this. I hope this hits home for people and they appreciate it. And just know I love you guys so much. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Grow with me, Sawyer P, where we grow together, not apart. Take care. Peace.